All right, guys. We are recording this time, but no, everything's good. We've had a very good preview to this show. It's episode 0, we'll call it, because we're not sure if this is going to... If you're listening to this, then you're very lucky. But this is the inaugural episode for the Galveston Fishing Podcast. So this is my name. We'll just call me Sleepy, and then to my right I got Zoe, Cave, and my brother Wakey. Oh yeah, I should probably unmute you guys. Episode 1, twirls. Yeah.
I thought it was 0.
Oh shit. Yep. I don't know. 1, 0. Who knows? But yeah.
0.
So we got this going on. So yeah. We figured out, we discussed the name of this podcast about a few minutes ago, and we decided to just, for now at least, we'll stick with the Galveston Fishing Podcast. What do you guys think?
I like it.
Cool.
I mean, that's where we fish. Makes the most sense.
You guys have become very unanimated from previously. But yeah, so we'll figure this out. So we're just going through the rundown. We're probably just going to start with... Why are we starting this podcast? Mainly because, I mean, in my opinion, and all of our opinions, it seems like when you search for podcasts in like Podbean, Spotify, what's the other one? Apple Podcasts, all those, you cannot find anything Galveston specific related. You got Bite Me Podcast, you got Speckled Truth, you got Salt Strong Podcast, but you have nothing specific to Galveston, and with Galveston being such a large portion of the Texas coast, I feel like we should have something like that. What y'all's?
I mean, with the amount of people in the Houston area, everybody I talk to, like half the people I talk to when I go to work, I make relationships with them because they fish, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you fish too? Cool. And, this is kind of a podcast for people who are casual fishermen, serious fishermen, semi-pro, professional.
Okay, I will say none of us are professional fishermen. If you're listening to this thinking
for Sleepy.
He's
a captain.
Oh my god! So I've been a captain for all of 3 months.
How much of your life have you fished the Galveston Bay area?
So I've fished. Me and Wakey have fished Galveston Bay literally since we've been born. I think our dad always had a boat, and we fished nonstop. Mainly the North Jetty. Like, we would go out, rain or shine, launch out of Tech City Dike, and go through the boat cut out to the end of the North Jetty, anchor. Me and Wakey would fall asleep. My dad would catch something. I'd wake up, reel that fish in. Wakey would wake up, throw up, and then we just fish all day long. Literally, rinse and repeat, right? Mm-hmm.
Too many
I still do that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that hasn't stopped.
Oh, yeah. There's been several early mornings going and chasing flounder down during the flounder run, and Wakey is definitely not awake, sleeping in the back of the boat.
Oh, yeah. We got plenty of pictures. Yeah.
I mean, I think the main thing that frustrates me is you get podcasts from a lot of different areas, whether it's Florida or you have Corpus, you have Baffin, you have a lot of the different areas that's pretty common to have podcasts. Because you get, advertisement and stuff for those areas.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about Galveston.
No, because they got the pretty water. They got the tourism. They got, all that kind of stuff, the pelagic species, the inshore species. Galveston really doesn't have a huge, and we'll kind of get to some offshore stuff, a huge pelagic draw like Florida does, or even South Texas. So it's, Galveston's main bread and butter is going to be inshore stuff. And there's just,
But we can talk about this because we were on a work trip and we went to Florida, right? And the fishing's great offshore. We did it was some inshore fishing, but it was nothing like what we experienced in Galveston.
No, it's definitely a change. Like with the clear water, you got to really work the baits differently. You got to fish a lot differently. Fish the points. There's a lot of dead space in Florida, and that's why I think the Salt Strong guys are correct in their thinking on fishing in Florida. Is 90% of the fish is in 10% of the water. Yeah. Like that makes sense because there's not a lot of. There's a lot of open dead space, but in Galveston, there's a lot more fish in a lot more places that a lot of people don't think about, I think.
Just because they can't see them.
Yeah.
I think that's a big point because the water gets a reputation for being so ugly, quote unquote. It's mud, a lot of it, right? And the currents don't do us any favors with that either. So a lot of people look at Galveston and think, yeah, it's industrialized, you got power plants and stuff by the water. It's not very scenic. It's not mangrove shorelines and stuff like that. But the fishing's phenomenal in all parts of the bay for different types of fish. And I think that's what people really miss is that they can't see it, so they don't really give it enough attention.
Yeah, then you got Charles Barkley that comes out and says, ugly ass water.
Dirty water.
You got that ugly ass water over there in
Galveston water.
Galveston. And them big women over in San Antonio. But I like them churros.
That's right.
I like them churros. I'm like, man, I like them churros too.
Yeah. One too many for me. But yeah, no, the dirty water, the shell, and you can't see that shell.
Yeah.
Dude, that shell can be, that water, if that water's still and not moving and there's not a lot of movement, that water looks like it can be either 10 feet deep or 6 inches deep.
Yeah, and we've been susceptible to it, right? I mean, every one of us has run a boat to ground, and that's part of the learning process. I think a lot of times we try to go out when the tide is out. That way we can see the things that are exposed and be able to get lines drawn on the GPS to make sure that when we go through there in areas that are high tide or mid tide where we can't see the things that are going to hurt the boat, we at least have land tracks for the GPS to be able to run through there. But sometimes it doesn't always work. So
No, it does not. I'm telling you.
And just for the record, Sleepy called me. Was it last year or the year before?
No,
I
it
think
was like
it's like 2 years
2022.
ago. 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, and you were like, "Hey, man, can you come pick me up?"
Dude, we were out there for how long? Six
6
hours?
And
That
to
was
be
one
fair,
of the best fishing days we've had.
Oh, you
Yeah.
were catching fish nonstop on that shell pad right there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but when I went through on my mud boat, I had a hard time getting in there.
Well, yeah. It's very, and it was higher tide.
What happened to your prop? I'm just curious.
Oh, that prop is. Well, actually, I got that prop reworked. I have that prop
Did
in
you
the
sell it
garage
for
right
metal,
now.
or?
No, I still have it. Yeah, but I've had that prop, and then that prop finally broke from that one trip we went to the jetties.
Yeah, I know. We're hard on equipment.
Yeah, this is $700. That's cool. Ash was like, I thought it was $5. But,
I looked at Sleepy and said, "It ain't my prop."
oh my god, no, yeah. I'm not gonna say nothing. If you know, you know. But yeah, dude.
But
that,
like even that spot, it's
Yep.
a spot we've run over hundreds
oh yeah,
of
dude.
times.
We've
Yeah.
run that spot. At that point, it's been 5 years. I've been running that over that same spot. It's just the tide was it's the lowest I'd ever seen it. I should have seen like, hey, up ahead, there's only airboats in this cut. Why is that? Never seen that before in my life.
Yeah.
But fuck it, let's go. And
And it was
went.
like a foot to the left would have been fine, a foot to the right would have been
Yeah,
fine.
dude. Honestly, I bet we could have. Yeah,
Because that left side, there's
It-
that little bit
yep.
of a channel. And
yeah.
like,
If we had gone a few feet to the right and then maybe a foot to the left, we could have gone through. But
Well,
yeah.
we can say where it's at because everybody's probably familiar.
Oh
with
yeah, yeah,
Karankawa
yeah.
Cut.
Cronqua, yeah, Cronqua cut, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And a lot of people are just scared to run it. And
100%.
I mean, the first time I had ever gone into it was with Zoe in his 22-foot V hole
crazy.
Mako.
Drafting 18 inches, baby.
Yep. And luckily we were just putting through. And luckily we high centered on some sand,
Yes, not shell.
not shell.
this was how many years ago?
We're in high school, or we're maybe just out of high school.
Yeah.
20 years ago?
20 years ago.
Yeah.
So it wasn't recently.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't recent. But it was in that first, like, you go into the cut, make a right, and we stayed in the center instead of staying onto the right side.
Yeah.
And we were just putting through, and then I think what really killed us was that barge went through, lowered the water right there just enough for us to sit, and then the water came in, and it kind of pushed us up more, and then it just high-centered us, and we were done.
Yeah.
But it's surprising how many people hug that left side because I've
So
been
the
in there-
left side does have a small gut.
Yeah.
For polling, a lot of polling skiffs run through there, but yeah, we see a lot of J&H's. We see a lot of, all the
They
others
all get stuck on that left side on that.
Yep.
On, you turn
because
right,
they've
and
been
then the
running
next
there
left.
all summer or all spring or all
Yeah.
fall during the bulge tides, and they've been running there every day, and then they go in there in the summer lows, and they get stuck. And it's just knowledge of the area. I mean, also so many people just run by that point. And I mean, we had that awesome day of fishing.
It's a good
it was
spot.
luckily it was during the week. No one was going through it. I mean, reds were blowing up on that point.
Yeah.
And I got that video of top water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just there's tons of good fishing right there in that cut, and people just blow right by it.
Yeah.
And I try not to fish it too much because it is such a pain to fish it when I know it's on the weekend.
Yeah, it
and I
gets too
know
busy.
I can fish it for maybe 20 minutes, and then someone else is going to come flying through here, and it's just going to kind of kill it.
Well, and like part of the boating etiquette, right? Because I always feel like an asshole when I'm blowing through there, but at the
Yeah,
same
but at the
time,
same
I
time,
want to stay on plane.
I would rather
I would
these
rather you
boats
blow through.
there, but then, you blow through that same spot, and that guy's like, what the fuck, asshole? And you're like, dude, I'm literally doing what I would
Doing
rather.
you a favor.
I'm
Right.
doing, but you're wanting me to slow down and either putt by and just take forever to come
But
by.
also too, like you're sitting in a navigable waterway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that
what do you
too.
expect,
Go-
right?
Because you're unfamiliar with the area and you don't want to go to the back, so you're going to sit in the mouth, right off the intercoastal, or that first initial turn to the left. You're going to sit in that deep spot,
Yep.
and it's like, dude, I don't have a whole lot of
Left or
leeway
right,
between
yep.
left and right. I have to blow through here,
Yep.
and I'm not trying to be an asshole, right? But at the same time, I don't want to get stuck. So I don't really know what you want me to do.
Yeah, but would you say you learned by trial and error on that to know that you have to go that way to get stuck?
100%. And even today, right? Like I have a mud boat and I fish out of a mud boat, which is probably not common. But
Not
I'll
down here.
hug that left side, right? Because I'm not necessarily worried about it. I know it's
Yeah.
not shell. But whenever I go out with Sleepy on his shoal water, he shows me like, hey, if this is exposed, I have to cut through and hug the right side, right? Before you make that.
Yeah, that just
last turn out
became
into
like a
Crocodile
weird
Lake.
identifying mark that has worked out for me so far until it doesn't.
Yeah.
You know?
But it is deep enough. I mean, we fished it.
Yeah, because the old man, because when we were stuck, we had an airboat come by. He's like, I don't think I can get you off. But it was an old guy, old feller. And he was like, hey, but just to let you know, the cut is actually on this side. I'm like, bullshit, dude. The cut's always been on this south shoreline.
Yeah.
And he said, no, it's on the south shoreline till about that point, and then you cut over. And then we came back, I don't know, a few weeks later, and I went slowly through, and I'm like, holy shit, it's like 7 feet over here. And yeah, there's just shit that, even though I've been going through there for 5-6 years, I never thought to, hey, let me take a look.
Yeah, and that pretty much stays the same, right? Like it's always pretty common there.
Yeah, especially since it's a lot of shell. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of movement. Unlike San Luis Pass, where it's all sand and the
Exactly.
sandbar,
It's changing.
it's just moving left
Yeah.
and right.
And we figured that out, right? Because recently we were fishing the West Wall, and we did really well. But those sand, I don't know what you want to call them.
Guts.
Channels,
they
yeah.
change.
Yeah.
And they move. So unless you're out there all the time, and that's a long run from where we normally put in at,
Oh, yeah, we put in a Harbor Walk. I mean, that's a 20-mile run to
Right.
the West Wall.
which is fine. We're willing to do it, right? To catch fish.
Should we not have said Harbor Walk?
No, it was the way you said Harbor Walk.
What did I say?
Harbor
It was a
Walk,
little
Harbor
pretentious.
Walk.
Harbor Walk.
Yeah.
Harbor Swing.
But we made that run all the way over there, and it was like we're trying to figure out like where the guts are, where we can safely navigate over there, and it's always changing. So you don't always know where those guts are when you get out there. So, obviously more time on the water means that you're more confident in where you're going and what you're doing. And I have seen and I've talked to a lot of fishermen that are not confident with fishing West Bay. And because that, they avoid it, which I think is unfortunate because the fishing in West Bay, in my experience, has been great. I used to fish East Bay all the time, and it's still good.
It's just not as good after that rollover closed down, I think.
And that pisses me off, right? Because Rollover Pass
Dude,
was amazing.
So good to fishing.
It was. And I know it pissed a lot of people off when they closed that in.
Yeah, yeah.
So, since they closed that, it seems like we've really kind of...
Oh, they are putting a fishing pier there.
To catch what?
To catch what? There's nothing coming in.
Yeah. But, they promised a fishing pier, and I'm surprised they're putting one there. Not back at San Luis Pass, where it should go. But,
Yeah.
anyways.
We digress.
Yeah.
I know.
Very good.
But I mean, Cave, what you brought up was a good point. Is the more time you spend on the water, the more comfortable you get operating your boat through navigable waters. But also, like weekend warriors don't want to take that chance. And that's why you see them camped out in spots like that, right?
Correct.
It's like, well, this is safe. I know I can be here. I might not catch as many fish.
Yeah.
But I don't screw my boat up.
And if you want good comedic value, go out on the weekends and watch how many
sure.
So bad.
Absolutely.
But I don't understand
horrible.
these people. They spend $400 or $500 a month on the boat note, $300 a month on storage.
Yep.
Gas, fuel, all the equipment, licenses. And they say they do go out twice a month, which I guess seems like a decent amount of people only go out about twice a month, even less. But if you're going to do that, why not spend the extra money, hire a professional that is in that area and be like, hey, I don't want you to show me exactly where to fish. I want you to show me where I can run my boat. Like Gary, he used to run a sidebar business from his charter business.
Should we say who Gary is?
It's just a guide out of West Galveston Bay.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, he's probably one of the best guides in Galveston Bay, in my opinion.
great.
At least the modern guides. But he used to offer, I don't know if he still does, offer a service where he will just take you out and show you all the navigable areas and all the unsafe areas to go.
Yeah, it shortens the
And I'm
learning
pretty
curve.
sure he will still do that. He just doesn't advertise it as much as he used to. But if you ask him, if you ask any good guide, hey, I want to do this, they're gonna take money and show you how to do stuff.
Yeah,
Well, and
that's easy money right there.
And what are you paying for, right? Because in my experience, and I've fished with Gary before, and I've known several people that fish with Gary, and he will literally take you out, and you'll be wade fishing, or you'll be fishing out of the boat, or whatever, right? And he will tell you, I want you to cast at this rock, or I want you to cast at this point, and this is how I want you to fish it.
Dude,
I could fish at a million
that's
times.
what pisses me off about Gary is I will go fish the same places he's fishing, not because I'm like following him or anything like that, but it's just we happen to see each other. And I'll be like fishing the same fucking places, and then I'm like, I'm having a bad day fishing, and then I get a fucking ding on my Instagram, and it's Gary with a fucking table full of trout, and I'm like, this
cleans
motherfucker,
up.
I was literally right next to him. When did he catch these?
Yeah.
It's just, this motherfucker. But yeah, so he, there's a couple of them that I think the same thing. Him and Brad Panic, I think, are both like super great. I will say Gary, if you have kids, Gary is the number one, and Brad will say the same thing. Gary is the number one person to bring to.
And it's Gary McInich.
Yeah.
For people who don't know
yeah.
who Gary is, but it's Gary McInich. But
Yeah.
100%.
Just Gary. Just Google Gary Galveston, and he's gonna pop up.
It's gonna pop up.
Yeah.
And he's always bringing in fish. He's always posting fish.
Good luck getting some dates with him, though.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was my same experience. And that brings up a good point, right? It's like these guys are on the water all the time.
Yep.
And so they're able to pattern the fish and figure out where they're at.
And you're on the water every day.
And it's important.
Yep.
So, like, if you are a weekend warrior, it's really difficult, in my experience, to be able to go out and be successful, especially to the extent that they are, if you're not really staying up with the fish. And I know for us, for like wintertime fishing, we cleaned
we do
up
really well.
really well. But then as soon as it flips and it goes to summer,
Dude,
we have to completely change our tactic
Yeah.
on how we're fishing, where we're fishing, and what we're doing, because it's so different. The water temperature goes up, the tides change. You have those winter bull tides.
Yep.
And so now you're having to get a little bit more creative in where I'm fishing in the morning, because it's obviously cooler, or if it's an overcast day or whatever. And then you have to kind of expand out to be able to fish other parts of the water during the hotter periods of the time, whether I'm focusing on 4 to 6 feet, right, over shell, whatever, right? So you really have to be able to be flexible in the sense that, between changing weather periods, I'm going to fish areas differently based on, what my targeted species is and what I'm really going after. So those guides are getting paid for a reason, and they know what they're doing, and they know where they're going. So,
yeah, for sure. And plus, I have no clue how to fish a croaker. What is the deal?
I had a buddy recently, so we bought a bunch of croaker.
Yeah.
And he was like, should I hook it through the tail? Should I hook it through the lip? And I'm going,
Wait, why did y'all buy Croaker then?
he bought Croaker. I didn't buy Croaker.
Oh, was he hoping you knew how to fish with Croaker? Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh, yeah. So you hook it through the tail, and it's generally on the North Shoreline, and it's in grass, and you pop, and it brings it up, and then it settles down. You're like, no. I don't. I'm strictly soft plastics.
Dude, one of the first times Wakey, whenever we, oh fuck,
His name's Daniel.
yeah, wait, did we say Wakey or Daniel?
You said Wakey.
We said Wakey.
Wait, was I supposed to say Daniel?
Daniel.
Oh shit,
We're
I
just
already
gonna
But
confuse
it
the shit out of
doesn't
everybody.
matter.
We're just gonna
Yeah.
confuse the shit out of everyone.
Nah, it's fine.
My brother is Daniel / Wakey. Yeah. Well, 2 typical Asians, 1
Subcontinent Asian.
subcontinent Asian, also known as Indian.
Yeah, we're really diverse around here.
Yeah, we actually kind of are. But
Sorry, Wiki.
what was I going to say?
I don't know what you were talking about.
Dude, one of the first times we threw Croaker. Remember Sand Island?
Catching sharks.
Dude, we're catching sharks
Ugh.
and like hardheads.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
trash.
Like,
No
and then we
trout.
switched to soft plastics.
Caught
What did we
trout.
catch? Caught fucking trout. I was so pissed.
But that brings up another point. Were you waiting or were you fishing out of the boat?
I was fishing on a boat.
Yeah, and if you're waiting and catching a bunch of sharks, how'd that feel?
Hell no. Dude, what is up with the amount of sharks that have been in the bay this year?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, even Gary has been posting himself. He brought a shark rod on his boat now.
Just because
They've been getting sharked so many times, fish are getting bit
What's
by
crazy
sharks.
though is clients love catching sharks.
Dude,
Even if you go offshore, they're like, "Oh man, I caught a shark." I'm
I
like, what
hate
is that gonna
sharks
do?
with a passion.
Yeah,
I mean,
The first one is fun.
yeah.
Sure.
I don't know if the first one's fun, but
When you're a kid, yeah.
yeah, right, yeah.
I mean, you go offshore, there's no first one. I don't want a first one. Snapper all day long.
Yeah, they kind of just show up.
The sharks then just show up, yeah.
yeah, and also too, like if I'm beach fishing and I'm just hanging out with the kids, I'm hanging out with the friends
Okay.
or whatever.
I will say
cool.
beach fishing, land-based shark fishing.
I don't want to get in that water.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I'll do that all day long on the beach. But dude,
So,
wade fishing.
but let me ask you this, right? So you brought it up, like you just started charter fishing, right? You got your captain's license.
Yeah, it's been super fun.
But we haven't come up with a name. We haven't
Dude, yeah, I have no name for this business. I mean, fuck. The second client I had, he was like, "Hey, how am I supposed to give you like a review or something?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't know, man. Still haven't come up with a name. I don't have a DBA or anything or some kind of LLC. Like, I haven't thought this through at all."
and we all have daytime jobs.
So, yeah, we all have full-time jobs, and like I've had
For
multiple
now.
people like, "Hey, I need this." Oh yeah, dude, you're gonna be jobless in 20 days.
my choice.
You're,
Yeah, it's definitely by choice.
Oh, okay.
But
What are you
but
gonna call? What are you gonna
I
call
have
yourself?
no clue. All right. Obviously, choice number 1 was Ching Chong Charters.
Obviously.
I mean, obviously, my wife was like looking at me like, "No, dude, you cannot rock a shirt that says Ching Chong Charters."
You can't have that plastered on your car.
Yeah.
On the car.
Or yeah,
I
could you
would love
imagine?
it, to
I
be
mean, I
honest.
would love it too if it was on my car, and I would get a license plate that said CCC.
Wait, did you say CCP?
No, CC.
No. That's CCCP. Come on.
But yeah, honestly,
We got Stalin as the captain.
Yeah.
That's great. Especially in the current climate.
the name. I have no clue. Honestly, it's probably going to be what was the name I was looking? Sleepy Guide Service. Just something simple. But Ashley was even like, "That sounds like you're just lazy." I'm like, I don't know. Like, this.
But
is
is
just,
she wrong?
I mean, no.
I mean, come
Really,
on.
I mean, the
really
name
good
makes-
fishing guide.
Really good. Yeah. What's that Ron Swanson thing? He has that construction
really
company.
good construction
Really
company
good
or something.
construction
Really
company.
good construction company.
It's just name a really good fishing charter.
But also too, like I feel like it almost doesn't matter what you name it in a sense, because if clients come out and they have a good time, and they catch fish and they I don't know, they have a good time.
Yeah, I think
It
that'll
doesn't
help.
really matter what your name
But
is.
the name is important, is in the fact that like it has to be easy to remember.
But like Sleepy Guide Service,
That could be
Most
easy.
of the time, you're sleepy when you show up or hungover.
Yeah.
You know, when you show up to
you know,
fish.
literally
So,
everyone calls me sleepy. It's been my call sign since, 2008?
yeah.
So-
as long as I've known you.
I'm the only one that doesn't call you sleepy by
Yeah,
default.
that is
Yeah.
true. Even my neighbor's kids call me sleepy.
Really?
Yeah, because of Trevino's kids.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ricardo.
Shout out to Ricardo, yeah. Yeah, he's back at American. He's going through training still.
Fellow
We'll
Baldy.
have him
He's
on.
lucky, man.
Yeah, we'll have him on. We'll be like, hey,
Pull.
how's pole skipping?
Yeah, yeah. He's
How much
like
fly
the,
fishing have you been doing, boy?
Yeah, yeah. The pole isn't very light, let me tell you. But yeah, no, man. I think it's great. I think it's great that you started guiding because you do very, very, very well fishing, and it's something that we love to do. We've
It
been
is something
doing
we love
it
to do.
for
Right.
17 freaking years.
Yeah, I think the main drawback or the main reason I delayed so long is that worry of is this going to ruin fishing?
Yeah, no, I
So far it
totally
hasn't,
get it.
but also so far I've had 2 clients. So so it's okay, I haven't ruined fishing for them yet. They've had good times. It hasn't been great days, I will say this. I am still learning how to deal with clients that
Aren't normal fishermen,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Regular fishermen.
So the last one was fine, but the first one I had an 8-year-old boy, and it was just he was fine, and he ended up catching some fish, but it was just just how do I get this kid to not hit people with the rod?
You put him on the back of the boat. And you say, "Hey, man."
Honestly, it was
let
the front of the
fly.
boat.
Front of the boat,
It was the
yeah.
front of the boat.
Really?
Yeah, the back of the boat. He kept hooking the seat. He kept hitting the engine. I was just like, oh man. But then I don't have a boat that's good for kids.
that might
I
be part of the
literally
problem.
have 6-inch sides. This show water has no sides. So luckily,
Yeah.
knock on wood, I've literally had no one fall off my boat. You have.
I
I
almost
have,
did.
and he's sitting next to me.
Yeah. But I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised.
It was a little cold that day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it chilly that
It was-
day?
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
chilly.
Because we were waiting that morning.
Yeah,
Did
And
we
I was
wait
leaned
fish?
off the front.
yeah.
Is that when we
Which
still
I
wait
will
fish?
say, it drives me nuts because I will admit I don't like sharks. I don't like stingrays, right? And everybody I talk to, all of my friends, everybody wade fishes. And it seems like the best and stealthiest way to be able to catch fish.
Sure.
Right? But I'm always like, man, dude, I almost feel like I can't cover as much water. Even though a lot of people say, look, you can cover this body of water a lot more effectively by wade fishing. And it's stealthier. You don't have to deal with the trolling motor hitting the ground. You don't have to deal with the hole slap.
Dude, the whole slab is terrible.
It's terrible
on
with a
this
lot of
show
the
water.
yeah,
The
exactly with the
cats.
tunnel holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the cats, it's really bad. And so a lot of those guys end up just anchoring and getting out and wade fishing. But I will say we have been very, very, very successful fishing out of the boat using spot lock, using a lot of the different things that you have technology-wise to be able to fish an area more appropriately, especially when you get into areas like, say, the causeway or the jetties or some area where, I mean, we've seen people, I'm not going to throw out any guides, but I've seen several of them where they go out there and they get their anchor stuck.
Oh, for
A
sure.
lot of times.
Oh, the jetties?
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and it takes them forever to set the anchor. Then it takes them forever to get the anchor off. And I'm sitting there going, dude, if you just had spot lock, we haven't had any issues.
So they have big boats, but they're not big enough to where it's you can't have a trolling motor. I'm surprised though.
There's 40-foot center consoles offshore that have trolling motors.
Yeah,
like
but-
you can put a trolling motor on
'cause
anything
I don't
now.
understand
we all
why
know
you-
what
That wasn't
guide-
the
we
case
all know
15 years
We all
ago,
know
but-
the
Yeah.
guide we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
So-
they're successful.
They're
I mean,
super successful.
They're good guides,
Yep.
100%.
But I'm surprised they don't have run trolling motors. I don't know if it's a cost thing or what.
Business expense. Jeez.
I mean, but is it that expensive?
It's a couple grand.
Yeah, it's a couple
like,
grand.
but
Actually,
what-
no.
$3,000.
They're now how much was yours? $4,000?
Total, yeah, 4.
Mine was $250,
Oh.
thanks to Gary.
Hey, Gary's
And
probably
mine's a
like,
freshwater trolling motor. It's already quit. So, you know.
yeah, Gary's probably like, fucking sucker.
It
Yeah,
has
need
not
new
seen
head
the
on that
water
bad
since I
boy.
bought it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in the wintertime we're far more successful using the trolling motor than we are during the summertime. I don't know why that is. But I will say this past winter, chasing reds over, or I guess birds over reds, in places like Greens Lake in the back there, we were super successful. And the water was clear enough that we were able to cast literally to cloud plumes from the fish. And we were very, very, very successful doing that. My son, who's 10, told me, he's like, "Hey, Dad, I want to catch a big redfish," because we've been watching a bunch of videos catching redfish and stuff. I was like, "Well, here's the deal, dude." I was like, "I will take you out there and we will catch redfish, but it's going to be
was that when I was
real
in
cold."
Trevino's boat?
Yes.
And was Zoe? Or was
Yes.
it with-
It was Zoe.
Okay.
Yep. And so we had posted up on an island because I didn't have a spot lock on a trolling motor. Shocking.
No, was that when your trolling motor was reverse?
Yes.
Reverse was forward and forward was reverse?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out.
I mean, it's fine.
You know, it's semantics. But my son didn't know it, and that's what matters. Like, Dad still knows what he's doing. So anyways, we ended up going and we were posting up, trying to teach a kid how to read the water, read the birds, read the tides and all that stuff. It's like, hey, dude, we're going to go here. We're going to anchor down and then we're going to cast out. Right. And you see these birds, and he caught the biggest redfish he's ever caught in his life.
Dude, that was a
That was
good
a good
redfish.
fish.
Yeah.
Really good redfish. He loved it. And it was great. And then after that, he
Hated it.
laid in the bottom of the boat
I want to go home.
and wanted to go home.
Dude,
right?
it was windy.
It was
that day.
windy as
What
hell.
was up
Horrible.
with that?
I don't know, but it was cold.
Because
It was
did we
windy.
go
What time of year
before
was that?
or did we go after?
What time of year was that?
It was on Trevino's boat.
I don't remember,
we took
man.
the
It was
Ancona out.
cold.
It was November, December because it was cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cold all the time, but I was like dressed up.
are.
No,
But
it
What
it
is
was
up
like
with that?
I don't have heating mechanisms. Yeah, we don't do well in the cold. I can survive the summer just fine.
India doesn't get very cold, does it?
Not where my family's from.
Yeah, the Himalayas.
Bombay's on the water. It's like Houston, basically. It's
Yeah.
humid.
Yeah, when was that? When
I think it was December.
was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Of 24?
It was
Oh,
pretty.
yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
December 24. Yeah, because I'm on Trevino's boat.
Yep.
And December 20th, that's when it was you and me. So it's just you and me out there. I don't think Cave was out there.
Yeah,
But,
then
but
we
what
went
I
to
will
the-
say though, like during the wintertime, I
There it
feel
is.
like
That's your boy's fish right there.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
Hunter right there.
Yep, that was
For
a good
everybody
one.
that can't see, it's Hunter on an aluminum
Yeah.
duck boat catching a big
Big
redfish.
redfish.
See, you don't need an expensive boat to go out there. That's also another thing.
No.
Oh, dude, the price of some of these fucking boats.
Oh yeah, earlier you said
Crazy.
a boat note of $300 to $500. What kind of boat is this?
My boat.
It's cheaper than
$300
mine.
to $500.
Is that what your payment is?
It's
Mine's like 200.
400.
Oh, that's actually very reasonable.
Yeah, that was reasonable.
It's not bad.
okay.
I mean, mine's like 200, I think.
Yeah, but I did mine for 15 years.
Oh.
But you bought yours back in
2018, when the interest rates are a little bit lower.
And that boat now is like almost $100,000.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, it's
Dave-
actually not too bad. It's actually about 75,000 bare bones.
That's it.
But like, how do you have it rigged out?
How I have it rigged out, it'd be about 100 grand. And I bought it for about 72.
So there we are.
There
yeah, I
we go.
guess I should.
We added that. We
Full
added
circle.
25 grand real quick.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Fuck
So-
you. You're wrong, Wakey. Actually, you're right.
So 100 fucking thousand. Got it.
I mean,
Without the engine. It's like-
Yeah, dude, the engines. We could talk about that too.
Oh,
the
no,
two-stroke Evinrude, you blew the heads.
dude.
Yeah,
So-
it's great.
I shopped for this boat. So, okay, boat shopping. We'll start that. Ashley said, hey, get a boat
That's Sleepy's wife.
that you want. Or no, she started with, hey, you can get a boat. I'm like, okay. I had a solo skiff at the time. We were both rocking the solo skiffs.
Yeah.
They were
Yep.
awesome. Ashley gave me the green light for a boat. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. But I personally did not want to spend more than about $20,000, $25,000. So I was looking for an
remember you
old
telling me
Kenner, old Blue Wave, something like that.
Yeah.
They're good boats, and you can get them, and the old two-strokes are easy to work on. And, I'd show them to Ashley, and she's like, no, I don't feel comfortable about getting stranded. And I'm thinking in my head, dude, we get stranded, we just drift to the edge of West Bay. I don't know. Like, someone's going to come get us. That's what CETO's for. But anyways, the problem was she then gave me the green light to get whatever boat I wanted at the time. And then I got clouded. And I was like, oh, I really like this show water. And I really like this 21-footer because it's about what I can afford at the time. $70,000.
I remember these conversations.
I do too.
Yeah.
Because he was like, maybe I'll get this. And then he's like, well, if I'm going to spend that much,
I might as well go.
get this one.
I might
Dude,
as well full
If I'm
send
going to
it.
spend that much, I might as well get this one.
It
And I
was
like, bro.
insane. Yeah, and okay, so I shopped for a show. I went to Texas Marine because fuck that place. I don't give a fuck. I'll burn that bridge right now. Fuck Texas Marine.
Goodbye sponsorship.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been several people that bought boats there. That,
Shopped around and I found
here for it.
Waypoint Marine. They had him, and they like, dude, we'll put whatever engine on it. And the salesman at the time, Eddie, dude, I fucking love that dude. Later to come to find out, I was his first boat sale ever.
Wow.
sucker.
And we both learned from that sale a lot.
You bought a boat from Texas Marine?
No.
No,
Waypoint Marine in Corpus.
Waypoint. Yeah.
And I would say, if I have a chance to buy another boat, I will go to Waypoint because that place has always taken care of me. Even though I live in Houston, don't do my regular maintenance there, they've always, busted their ass to try to take care of me. But anyways, dude, me and Eddie, we talked about the boat. He was like, whatever you want to put. We worked on the price. I regret not maxing out that horsepower.
I do too.
Yeah.
I should have done
I totally agree.
And I was so dead set on an Evinrude and having the lightest amount of weight on the back of that boat. For some fucking reason, I was thinking that was going to be the fucking deciding factor of where I was fishing. And this is where I recommend people, if you're going to buy a boat, go on a lot more guided trips with people that have boats that you're wanting to buy. Because I wish I did that like a few more times. Yeah. Actually, honestly, I don't think I did any guided trips with anyone. I didn't do a guided trip with Gary until after I bought a boat.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Ashley was like, hey, you should do a guided trip with Gary because you suck at fishing.
That was also true at the
He's
time.
like, I remember when you bought that boat, and I love that boat. That boat is great.
Dude, I still love that boat.
But it is underpowered a little bit.
Way underpowered.
For sure.
Yeah.
Granted,
And just for the record, it's a 150 Evinrude
G2.
two-stroke.
Yeah, it's on his second power head, which that's a story for another day. But that engine is a great engine. Honestly, I've had zero problems with that engine, kind of, besides the power head. But, I get, 40 miles? I'm running 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Just under 40 miles an hour with that boat. But, man, it does not have the oomph to get up and go when it's sitting on mud, unless I get that Jack Foreman prop, which I had for a little bit until we fucked it up.
Was that chocolate?
Oh, that boat ramp.
I don't know what was going on with that boat ramp, but we hit something hard and broke it.
Oh, dude.
And we've had Bauman's, right? Structure the prop and do some different things, different cupping and that.
Yeah,
But
Bauman's great. If you're in the Houston area, go to Bauman Props. They're awesome. They're an old school company that's been around for a long time.
But I know with the new prop that you grabbed, right, is
I'm not a huge fan of it.
It doesn't have a good whole shot.
No, the whole shot is shit. This wintertime is going to be interesting for us, guys.
What prop is it?
It's just a... Evinrude. Evinrude makes the prop.
Okay.
And it's like a RX4 or some shit like that with the vent holes. And I'm not a huge fan. I get a lot of cavitation.
Mm-hmm.
So it's... I wish I returned it. Now I have it. I'm stuck with it. This is fucking $700. Sorry, Ashley. What I really want... Who makes that prop? It's the two props in one.
Oh,
It's like counter-rotating
the whole
props?
shot.
No, it's not counter-rotating.
That
Whole shot props.
prop, yeah.
It's
So it's the same rotation, but are they offset?
It's like
So,
two props that are welded together.
this guy.
Okay.
He
chopped and
spent a
screwed.
few years. Chuck McKinney. I don't know him personally or anything, but I've seen a lot of his videos, and a lot of people talk about these props, and they are.
And it turns your boat into a fucking mud boat.
Yeah, it's like having that TRP for the Yamaha,
Yeah.
except it's not counter-rotating. It's just one solid thing, but you can take them apart
Oh, that's interesting.
to get them worked on and then put them back together. But it's $1,800 for this prop. But from everyone I've said, they don't wear out as fast as all the other props.
The blades look real thick.
The blades are super thick. Because the prop I did have, every year I was having to get it returned. I was wearing the shit out of it. And I only fish, once a weekend at the time. So it's 4 times a month. It's
now.
not a ton. and so I was worried that prop was not going to last very long. But I do want that twin prop. Man, it looks. Everyone says you lose a little bit up top end, but or I just fucking save my money and just get a fucking 250 Mercury.
You'd go with the 250?
You know my 115.
No, you're shit 115. I mean, I will say Daniel's. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get into this.
Uh-oh.
Daniel has 2 boats.
They're very different.
How many of them are
very
running?
different boats.
There's only one
they
person
both
I know
run.
that
They
has
both
more
actually
boats than
run.
him.
They both run.
Do they run perfectly?
He
No.
called me not that long ago and said, "Hey, can you come pick me up?"
Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah. I guess they.
Hey man,
both
what are you
ran
doing? Where you
before
at?
that.
I'm like, I'm at the softball field. He's like, can you come get me? So I
One
called
is-
Katie.
one
I
is
was
for
like,
sale.
yeah, sure, whatever.
If you're listening to this podcast
Facebook
and you're interested in a
7.
1987 Supra
That's the year I was born.
ski boat,
Yeah.
it's actually, dude, I'm kind of wishing he doesn't sell it, but he needs to sell it. He's trying to buy a new house, but dude, this boat is awesome. It's old school ski boat with the high sides.
Yeah. Direct
And-
drive.
and bow
351
seating.
Windsor.
Fuck me.
Oh my god.
I'll edit that out.
No, you should leave it
I
in.
should leave it in. No, that boat is like the epitome of like old school wakeboarding.
Yeah, I mean,
old
that's the
school
boat that I
skiing.
wanted since I
Yeah.
was 15.
Yeah, but
Bought it while I was living in Vegas. Used it on Lake Mead a lot.
No, I remember Lake Mead
Yeah, it was fun.
when it had water.
Yeah. I
Before
mean,
they
there was a,
drained it
a
and found
bunch
all
of
the
new islands.
all the dead people from the mafia.
yeah,
I mean, my first time I took that boat out, we took it to the Narrows, which is like
Yeah.
many miles away. Which is not very
yeah.
smart.
Why did you? First time. I don't know if this boat runs. Let me run it 20 miles across this lake.
You're like, oh, it's like 800 feet deep here.
It's crazy how deep that lake is.
It's uncomfortable.
But all right. So he also has a 22 foot.
22 foot, 1997 Sea Pro.
I do
like a
actually
Kenner.
like that boat.
Yeah,
I mean-
that's a great bay boat.
Bought that thing for $2,000.
Except when the floor starts to crack.
I'll be honest, I still felt comfortable.
Oh yeah, 100%. The hole.
Going and looking for Ling.
The hole on
Yeah.
that boat is a good hole.
Yeah, it's got
Because
good bones.
what's the brand of the boat again?
Sea Pro.
Sea Pro.
Are you-
But
are
it's
you
like an old
doing-
school Kenner.
But you're doing renovations to it, right? You're putting it in
Oh,
the
I
floor
tore
in it?
everything out. I tore all the old stringers out. There's no more wood in it. But it's all fiberglass, carbon fiber. Well, the actual floor part's going to be wood, but it's at least it's marine grade wood this time instead of just Home Depot
You
wood.
should use them
Instead of
like
just Gorilla Glue.
Marantee or something.
This will be
or-
the second time that I'm redoing the floor. It's the Okume.
Oh, Kume, yeah.
Not cheap.
Which brings up another point, right? It's boat building or boat repairing, because I feel like a lot of people don't do that. I think they normally pay somebody to do something that maybe they're capable of doing, or they don't have the
just
time,
takes time.
right?
I don't have the time or expertise for a lot
Well,
of it.
so the thing, yeah, Daniel's boat. That's most people are going to take it to someone. Zoe's boat, like, I mean, you've had that boat since how long?
High school.
I got that. My dad got that boat when I was 13.
Yeah, dude.
So,
I mean, in
25
high school,
years.
we were running
Yeah.
offshore in that boat with that stupid Honda.
That Honda was great.
Yeah, the
Honda
Honda was
wasn't
great.
great.
Yeah, it was a good engine. Until
Honestly,
it wasn't.
you know what wasn't great? What was it on it previously? I remember when you.
Oh, it was a Mercury.
Oh,
it was garbage. Mercury Blackjack
Yeah.
blew a cylinder when we were like 30 miles out.
But you're still taking that boat offshore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
when-
he
when
got
now
it
it's got a-
totally redone. I mean, that whole boat has like top to bottom, like brand new. Remember?
I remember at Daniel's house when we were pulling the motor off,
Yep.
and we were working on trying to pull up the fuel tank.
got that fuel tank out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought it to what's it, George over in Pearland?
Yeah, South Texas boat works.
Yeah, where was I?
Where were you? Were you deployed,
Was I in Italy?
You might have been deployed at that point.
or were you a contractor at that time?
I don't know. I
No.
wasn't there.
You
'Cause I
weren't
wasn't
there for
there.
that.
to do
Yeah,
it,
we
so.
I was
Yeah,
You were
bringing
just
all-
using your house, by the way, squatting.
I brought all kinds of riffraff through there.
But man, you guys have been super successful going offshore with that boat, and I know
Definitely.
Sleepy.
Dude, this year,
Shameless plug. He builds rods, So
Absolutely.
he has
Oh, yeah.
refurbished a bunch of my rods, which is great because I've had some old American Rodsmith rods that I've had since high
They
school.
don't make those anymore.
They
Those
don't
are
make them
great
anymore, and I
rods.
love the action on them. Hell, I had an all-star shrimp tail special.
Oh,
from
perfect rod.
God knows when that Sleepy's repaired.
I'd be afraid to.
But you built a bunch of slow pitch.
I did, and
Jigging
those
rods,
two
right?
slow pitch rods were awesome to build.
Yeah.
I mean, those were totally custom because they had to customize the seats for the reels. Because we have the same rod, everything's the same except for our reel seat. Because you have a different reel, which I wish I bought the reel that he has.
Yours is too wide.
It's not too wide.
Well,
it's
no,
too
it's like
tall.
too tall. Yeah, that's
it's
what I
that Avid jigging reel, and for what it's for, Okuma makes it.
No, I got the Pen
Pen.
2-speed,
oh, yeah,
10
Amazon?
Pen, whatever it's called.
No, it's a pen, the pen reel. That pen reel, it has 2-speed as well, and
Yeah.
it's great. And the handle is actually better than the Avid,
Yeah.
which I'm surprised. But having 2-speed, I'll never have a snapper rod, even a snapper rod that's not 2-speed. Dude, after reeling up something from 300 feet,
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
I don't give it long before you get some electronic.
I think if we were fishing deeper than 300 feet, we would start using electric reels.
So how far do you guys do you go out? Like 60 miles?
60 to 75.
I will say
as far
this is not recommended for a lot of people. We definitely
No.
go further than most people in
With
a
one
single,
engine.
single engine,
With a
22
single
foot.
engine boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the greatest, but I mean, you do all take all the precautions, right? You get all your safety gear in order. You're making sure maintenance on the boat and the engine is up
E-perb
to EPIRB. You got
yeah.
the whole thing.
Oh, he's got ditch kit and
I've
everything.
got ditch
Yeah.
kits and I've got backups to the backups. A lot of redundancy, like we always talk about when it comes to safety on boats, which is really
The
important.
problem with
Yeah.
safety is it takes up a lot of space.
It takes up a lot of space.
But you just have to prioritize yourself.
Well, you got to think. Would you rather be dead?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
It's fine if it's inconveniently located, but
It's that old adage that you don't plan to fail, but you fail
failed
to
to
plan.
plan.
Yep.
That's
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
So
And so, I mean, you take your precautions, but you definitely have to have experience too. And that helps a lot because, I've been fishing offshore since I was 14, 15. And I've been
Yeah.
taking my boat since I was like 17, 18. So, there's good 20 years of foundation there.
right.
And experience. And some years, it's really, really good. Some years it's a little tougher to find fish. Some days it's really tough to find fish, like the other day we experienced.
Yep. Okay. So I will say though, this year we have almost exclusively fished out of Freeport.
Yeah, and I think that's a
Growing up, we
purposeful.
only
Y'all don't
fished
fish
at
out of the yacht basin?
So I had my boat at the yacht basin for a long, long time. My dad kept it down there, and he wanted to just not deal with the trailer because he sucks at driving generally, and let alone with 22 extra feet behind him. So for him it was easy because he didn't have to have a trailer, he didn't have to have storage. He just paid it for.
It was great for us as high schoolers. We just roll up there in our fucking Saturns
Saturn.
or Geo Metros. What is it? Is that what you had? Geo Metro?
I just had a Geo Prism,
Prism. That's what it is. Oh yeah, a little
So
higher.
you know it's good.
so it's
Yeah.
good.
But
Yeah.
it was easy. We go there, cheap on gas to get there. We just
Yeah.
get our fishing gear out of
That
the
was
car
perfect.
and get in the boat and go fish. It was awesome.
Yeah, you just drop it down and you head out and fill up back at the dock, and it's all
Yeah.
one-stop shop type of situation, which is great. Because it is kind of a pain when you're trailering an hour to go somewhere and then you're running 2 hours offshore and then whatever.
Right.
And then you got to fill up. I always fill gas. Don't ever store it empty or anything
Well,
like
exactly,
that.
yeah.
We don't have a winter here, so it's not like you need to winterize
He
anything.
learned the hard way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. But, I mean, those are the types of things you definitely look for. But, yeah, this year we've definitely had really a lot of success targeting other fish species because, everybody's like, oh, snapper season, when's it open? But then what do you do after that? Because it's only 2 fish now. So then we focused on trying to catch beeliners, and then we try to focus on catching grouper, which we did. And then
Dude, we caught a ton of beeliners the other day.
But I also feel like that makes you a better fisherman, right?
Yes.
In the sense that, like, whether it's offshore or it's inshore, right? Like, if you're going out and you're actively looking for other fish species, right? And it may not be during the, optimal times or whatever, you can at least get a good, for instance, right? We went to Cold Pass recently.
Yep.
And we were catching a lot of trout in the west wall. We were catching redfish. We were doing well, but we really wanted to catch flounder.
Right.
Right. And so we kind of sat there and we're like, okay, where do we think the flounder will be? So we went into Cold Pass. We went into some I wouldn't say shallower areas, but it's kind of like where the flounder would funnel back in through the pass and then beach themselves up on some different areas. And based on what the tide's doing, where would they be ambushing fish? And I wouldn't say we were successful, but we found flounder.
Yeah.
Right. So I think those are the days that really make you a good fisherman, are the days that it's like, I know where I can catch this certain type of species, but I want to go somewhere else and be able to catch different types of fish.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to be like, I have to stop catching these trout to go find redfish or flounder because
It's such an inconvenience.
I think you do. I think it's important that you do have to make that conscious decision to be like, I'm going to go do this, whether I'm successful or not, right? Because
Right.
when I told David, hey, I want to catch a grouper this summer. Okay, now this means now we form a game plan, right? Okay, where do I know grouper live? They live X amount of feet deep.
Right.
This is the bait we need to use. This is how far we need to run. Then after that, it's luck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You put yourself in the spots, but you also have to make the effort to do it. Sometimes
it's
you
still
do.
fishing.
It's still fishing
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right?
Correct.
It's just not catching at that point.
But we always work from the target backwards, right? It's
Right.
like a lot of times what we say is what is the targeted species, and then work backwards from that,
Right.
right? And so you're saying, okay, cool. This is what I want to catch. This is where I think they're going to be based on different weather factors, different tidal factors, whatever it is. And then you kind of work backwards to, well, where do I want to set the boat up? Do I want to wade fish? Do I want to be,
Right.
in the boat? How do I want to present this? If the tide or the current is ripping through this way, do I want my bait coming against the current, or do I want it going with the current? Because surprisingly, a lot of times we will literally flip around and we will fish the opposite way, and we will bring it with the current, and for whatever
Yeah,
reason, end up
sometimes
hitting
that's
it.
a big deal.
Yeah.
I grew up not really thinking that was a big deal for saltwater fish, and then thought, oh, that's just rainbow trout, brown,
Sure.
river fishing, stuff like that. But
Yeah.
when the tide's really kind of ripping, I think that is key. Like what you're saying, you
Yeah.
got to kind of present it the right way,
And-
but and watch the bait. If you literally
Yeah.
just watch the bait, what direction are they running? We saw them actually running off of the flat across that cut.
Yeah.
So when we threw that way, you would sometimes catch them just coming off the flat and then let that bait just fall off into the gut, and you catch some trout down there. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Cave, you brought up a lot of interesting things to consider, but like as a new fisherman or somebody who's just learning how to fish, how do you prevent that analysis paralysis that because you can think of literally everything
Yeah.
and still not know where to go because you have conflicting.
oh, that's my biggest problem.
And,
Right.
and I think part of it is just time on the water.
Right.
Right. You just have to build that experience, and you have to be able to build that knowledge base to know what works and what doesn't work. And that's why guides are always successful, is because they're on the water all the time. Right. And so, yeah, obviously, if you're an amateur fisherman, and we're all amateur fishermen,
Yep.
Except for
100%.
Sleepy because he's getting paid.
Oh my god.
But but the thing is like you're trying to figure it out, and part of that is just getting time on the water, being able to safely navigate the waterway, right?
Right.
And then once you can safely navigate the waterway, you're getting into positions where you're pretty confident that there's fish, but now I got to figure out how I'm going to fish it. And so any person who's new, I would say, to fishing or the area that they're fishing is, if you can, talk to somebody who's been there before.
Of course.
And talk to somebody who knows the area well. And if you don't know the area well, then go to your charts, go to your GPS, figure out how you can safely and effectively get into and out of the area, and then try to figure out what you are going to do to make it work. And what I tell a lot of people is, dude, if you don't know what you're doing, if you don't have a plan, you have no basis by which to be able to deviate off that plan. So if you think you're just going to go out and throw a lure into the water and see what works, well, when you get done and you don't catch any fish, you really don't know how to audible off of that, because I don't know what my plan was, right? So, but if I tell Sleepy, like, hey, dude, we're going to go out today and we're going to go into greens, right? And we're going to go to the back of greens, and we're going to fish this area for this specific reason, with this tide, this moon phase, which we haven't talked about, all the different factors that affect fishing. If it doesn't work, well, then we know kind of why it doesn't work. And we're not going to spend a whole lot of time there. We're going to move somewhere else and we're going to try to fish another area a different way. And then maybe we try that the next day and see if it works. And if it does work, then we know with this tidal movement, with this moon phase, with this location, we're going to fish it this specific type of way, and it's probably going to work. So all that to say, have a plan, go out and try to execute that plan. And if that plan doesn't work, then come back and kind of debrief that plan and say, hey, why didn't it work, and what are we going to do the next time?
I mean, there's times like where Sleepy and I have gone out and we're just like, let's fish here.
Yeah, 100%.
Only because either we saw maybe a bait flip or it looks fishy.
Right.
I know, like, when you're brand new, you don't
Yeah,
really...
you're like, what is fishy?
What does fishy look like? And fishy could be a combination of those factors, right? You see bait, or you see water movement, or you see the tide pushing up something into the shoreline, or you see actual fish or birds. Yeah, right, the boils and stuff like that. So I think a lot of people may not know like a spot to go to, right? Because it's not always about spots. It's about like patterns.
Yeah.
And sometimes a place looks really fishy, but there's no fish there.
Right.
But it fits the pattern. So sometimes you have to bounce around and look for places that are similar or identical. And I think that's what we did in the ship channel the other day. We just came up against we were actually trying to catch mangrove snapper. And so we were running up and down the ship channel looking at fishy spots. And you see YouTube videos, guys are catching mangrove snapper in the ship channel. So like, let's go try it. Let's see what it's all about.
And snook.
And somebody's catching snook out there?
Offits by you.
Oh, an offits? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. We were running up and down, and we came into this one spot on the corner, and there had some, ship and dock area type of stuff. And we just flipped a bait in there, flipped some live shrimp in there, hoping to find some mangrove snapper, and we just caught a bunch of trout.
Right.
And I was
ton
like,
of trout.
a ton of trout.
Every
And I was
cast.
like,
I mean, a lot of them were
literally,
smaller,
they were
but-
small, but every cast we caught fish,
Yeah.
and I was like, this is great for a kid,
Right.
or somebody who's learning how to fish, just to have some action, right?
Yeah.
But you would have never stopped there if you weren't trying to catch something else.
Yeah, and that's why we kind of started the the fishing log that we all kind of have going on, right?
I need to start that back up.
But you put in there like, here's the conditions, here's what I caught. That way it doesn't get lost.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of going, okay, cool.
Yeah, as we get older, we forget so much shit.
Yeah, and people don't know what they don't know. So when we go out and we look at a piece of water, we're going, here's the water clarity, here's how the water's moving. Here's the birds, here's what's going on. I generally know kind of how I'm going to fish this.
Yep.
But you'll see a lot of people fishing with birds, and you'll have a bunch of turns.
Oh, yeah.
And they're cheater birds.
Yeah.
I've never been
They're
successful.
In the
But if
summer,
I see
In the summer.
seagulls,
Yeah, I was
in
gonna
the
say,
winter.
In the
wintertime.
summer.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
wintertime, they're fun to follow. But
Yeah.
in the summer,
But in the
garbage.
summertime, they're not, right? And
Right.
so now you're looking at, do we have seagulls that are hitting? Do we have, and pelicans, yeah, they're great, like they hit and all that. But unless there's seagulls with them, it's
Yeah,
almost,
100%.
it's almost kind of, and then you look at loons in the wintertime, and,
Yep.
and how does somebody get all that type of information? If they're just going out on a Saturday to try to fish, you're probably not. But that's one of those things that you got to be on the water. So, or hire a guide.
Yeah.
Because they know.
Yeah, hiring a guide shortens the learning curve a lot.
Well, and you
if
tell
you
the
ask
guide,
them questions,
yep,
though, because the guides
hey,
will answer
I want
questions.
to
for you.
learn.
Will,
Yep.
yeah. And a lot of them are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're pretty forthcoming with information. They're not going to tell you, here's all my fishing spots, here's where you should
Yeah,
go.
100%.
But they're going to tell you, here's why I'm fishing this area,
Yep.
and this is why I'm fishing this area. And that'll kind of give you a little bit of an idea of, okay, now what I will say is, if you're not catching, like if you're going out and you're like, I'm only going to fish this spot because this guide's fished a spot, like you got to expand your scope out a little bit.
Yeah.
And I know we've been kind of adverse to fishing East Bay only because we put in a harbor walk 99%
The run
of the
is
time.
just, yeah.
The run is crazy unless we're going to go to the jetty and fish the jetty, which sometimes is really good.
Well, at that point, I just put in the yacht basin.
Right. And it's a
Yeah,
lot
that's a shorter run.
But there is still some decent fishing in East Bay. We just, since they closed rollover, I honestly haven't.
I haven't put too much effort into it. It's
haven't
probably
either.
still good, and I've heard it's pretty decent.
Well,
haven't
I got buddies
wasted
that,
time.
dude, they hammer flounder in East Bay.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, they hammer.
it makes sense with the Galveston Pass. The flounder are going to spread out, and there's marsh systems right there, and
Yeah.
it makes sense. That's where they're going to go. But you forgot to mention, Zoe, when we were fishing that ship channel, we found that area for trout, and then we found some riprap, and we fucking, what is it, 3 or 4 solid redfish.
Yeah.
Just in one spot. We were looking for those mangroves, and we just flipped up into this like little area. What was
It was
some
just a
concrete
little. It was just a little concrete wall
broke?
off into the
into the water.
channel.
What time of the year was this?
This was like
It was
a month
summer,
ago.
middle
Yeah.
of summer,
Oh, it wasn't that long ago.
and we fucking solid
Yeah,
reds
like
coming out.
the channel basically just runs straight up into that little wall, and David was like, "Well, I'm just gonna flip a. You flipping croaker, weren't we?"
No, I put a soft plastic because I was like, "Fuck these croakers."
Donated to
I think I tried to put a
Neptune.
croaker on afterwards. Nothing,
Nothing, right?
and then it's soft plastic redfish.
Yeah, we just flipped up into that wall. It was a spot you would never fish normally.
Yeah.
and that's
Well,
kind
because you're gonna look at it and you'd be like, "I'm just gonna get snagged,"
right.
which we did a couple times. I think
I think so. Like
If you're not snagging.
you ain't bagging.
you ain't bagging.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
That's a good wintertime motto to follow right there in West Bay. If you ain't snagging, you ain't bagging.
Yeah.
Was Wakey asleep in the back of the boat during this?
He
or-
might have been.
Dude, so we talk about all this, like making a plan and doing all this stuff, but Daniel, do you ever contribute to a game plan?
No.
Can you communicate your fishing strategy?
Yeah, so if I'm saying, hey, we're going to go fishing tomorrow,
He says, "Okay."
Here's what I'll say though. I mean, one thing I do respect about Daniel and his fishing ventures is he is stubborn as hell. Like if
dude.
he goes out to catch something on topwater,
Oh, yeah.
he's gonna fish topwater
All
all day long
we were
until he is
drifting
successful.
greens, remember? Green, and dude, those were
And he
some
did.
solid reds
Yeah,
on top water. It was an awesome bite. We heard it, and then we got to watch it because he missed it.
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Not the missing part, but
Well,
the blow part.
Yeah, definitely makes it worth it.
That and all
Less fish, but the action is.
and all the gobs of split shot you put on the end of the line,
oh,
Was
when
it
he's
that
like
one?
freelining.
free lining.
Oh
Yeah, but I will say Daniel catches more fish than anybody
Dude,
when he
He's so
he does
he's
that.
so random.
I just don't have any set ideas stuck in my mind. Like as
I think
far as
that also
tactics.
probably helps
That's
because
what I
people
was
I'll
gonna
get
try
say.
this,
set
or I'll
on
try.
like this is how I can fish, and I get stuck in that idea too. And I've been doing really good lately and not getting stuck in the red and white burner shad. I will say though that red and white burner shad has been clutch for us, especially in the winter.
God, that is a confidence lure.
But
Yeah.
in the summer, I've learned to kind of spread.
Spread out.
Yeah, and
Spread
I've
eagle.
gone to some straight tail. Remember, it was a straight tail was working
Yeah.
really well.
Oh, that's true.
On the west side,
And I
yeah.
hate straight tail fishing. It's not fun, but yeah, the
I
straight
don't
tail.
know what about the straight tail. It's just like that doesn't look appealing. At
It
all.
does.
It's a
It does.
finesse bait.
It does.
It's a finesse
it's a
presentation
bait.
too.
And there's guides that just swear by them,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
But didn't they say it's something about the glass minnows and when they spawn or whatever on
Is
the
that what they
west
look
wall
like?
and you're throwing straight tail?
I don't know. I think that's bullshit.
Maybe.
I think a lot of these people that say a lot of stuff is bullshit. Because I'm looking, I'm like, this doesn't look like shit. This isn't nothing. This is fucking bullshit. I think you're literally getting lucky.
Or
and
even
throwing-
like top waters, like it's just a fucking
Yeah,
plug.
it's a fucking
Yeah.
stick in the water.
It's not much.
It's a stick in the water. You're literally casting a stick in the water.
You think it's more reactionary
Yeah,
than it
100%.
is
for sure.
anything?
You just
Yeah.
happen to. You're not attracting these fish from fucking 30 yards away. You know, these fish you're casting. You just have. You're
It's
what
not
you're
a
good at.
banjo lure.
What you're what you're good at is finding the area that fish are in, and you have the wherewithal to keep going and fishing that whole area, and then you're eventually putting a lure in front of a fish within like a few feet.
Yeah,
It's
I always,
not. It's
I
not
always
that.
say
Oh,
we catch
this
the stupid
lure
fish.
is great. I will say there's sometimes though where you're like, why is this motherfucker just constantly catching flounder?
Who, me?
Yes,
Yeah, you.
this motherfucker. We're all like, dude, I've caught one flounder. He's caught like
7.
8.
Yeah. It's
Well,
really
it got so
annoying.
bad at that one time when we were all fishing, and I was like, "Hey, I got a flounder on the end of this."
Yeah,
on
he was
the end of
calling
this
it out.
Real,
Yeah.
I was like, bullshit, dude. There's no way.
real one after the other. It's the seizure technique.
That's right. Yeah, you shake the rod violently.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
So after you showed us that seizure technique, I then saw like a famous YouTuber talk about it in a video.
Really?
Yeah.
Stole it from you.
Interesting.
He's not a famous
Asshole.
YouTuber. He's
Like an Instagram guy.
no. He has like DVDs and stuff like that.
DVDs.
Who's
Yeah.
selling DVDs
I
right
should be making money, right?
Yeah, I was going to
He's-
say.
Golly.
He's half and half popular. We'll see. A lot of people are not a huge fan of him.
People may not be a huge fan of us. I don't know.
Oh, that I do not give a fuck. If you don't like us, then it is what it is,
Go
right?
fly kite, yeah.
We're just a bunch of dudes that love to fish.
Yep.
The Galveston area.
Yeah, you got a fucking hour drive to work. Fucking may as well put this on for a little bit. I mean, you have the
Oh,
other
for
day
sure.
to listen to Bite Me and another day to listen to Speckled Truth. I mean, you can listen to other stuff and then listen to us on Friday before you go fishing.
Yeah, and those guys are great. They just don't cover Galveston Bay area. And
No, they talk about it every now and then. They've all grown up fishing it, but
yeah,
they all fish
and they're
Matagorda,
obviously
Port
successful.
Connor.
Yeah, successful, accomplished
Yep.
fishermen. But we fish it every week,
Yep.
all the time. So obviously, we're just trying to impart what little knowledge we have on anybody who wants to listen.
Or what not to do.
Or what
There's
not to
some of
do.
that.
You'll definitely learn that from me.
Well, right now, don't go over by Moody Gardens.
Why?
Poo poo.
That sewage spill.
Oh,
Poo-poo traps.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ashley said, and what's funny is we used to go up in that creek and fish
We used to
literally
fish right there.
in front of it because
Yeah, I
mullet would
noticed
be
that.
hanging out. We're
Yep.
like, oh, there's got to be some redfish underneath this.
We were over there not that long ago.
Yeah, because I was telling you, hey, we used to fish up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's where the shit is coming out.
Yeah. So I wonder how long it's going to take for all that to like clear out.
Honestly, these good tide poles, it won't take too long as long as they had clean. Because they're going to come in and clean up the surface stuff, and then the water should filter.
I will say it's pretty infuriating. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, fuck, man, like, really? Like, you guys couldn't keep this shit contained.
Oh yeah,
Literally.
Literally.
yeah, literally.
It is, for you Spanish speakers, the caca pesca, the shitfish.
Fish everywhere. There you go.
Do we want to talk about triple tail?
Ugh. Fuck triple tail.
Dude. All right, so me and Zoe went out that one day. I think it was a bad day to look for triple tail that day because everywhere else the water was clean except for East Bay, which is
water was nasty
the
back
prominent area where triple tail show up in the Galveston area.
Yeah.
But man, dude, the triple tail this year is the most action I've seen on triple tail in years.
How much of that do you think is social media?
Yeah,
though?
it's just the most we've seen on social media. It's like
Maybe.
Because I feel like if you're catching triple tail in Galveston, you're not telling anybody Like, on purpose. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Like, a lot.
But also, most of these people catch one or two triple tail ever.
Right.
You know,
That's a
and
good point.
so when they do catch it, they're going to post about it. And I've been seeing more and more people catching fucking limits of triple tail.
Maybe that's the benefit of closing Rollover Pass.
Dude, honestly, he could be right. That could
Yeah.
could be a reason, which I highly doubt. But
I was going to say that no science supports this.
but yeah, I mean,
Correlation always equals causation.
so you've caught one triple tail before, right?
3.
3? What?
Yeah.
3? Where?
East Bay.
East Bay?
Yeah, on the buoys. It was
On the buoys or on the PVC markers?
buoys.
On the buoys, right?
Really?
Yeah, it
That's
was-
right by the ship channel then.
No, so I mean,
if you
it was
go back,
Yeah, it was
I know what you're
near. What's the reef over there? Hannah's.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it was sheer dumb luck. But we were running through there, and we could see fish hanging off of those buoys. And so we threw. I want to say it was a soft plastic paddle tail. I think it was white with what do you call them? Fads. Flash. What is it?
Fish attracting device?
Yeah, fish attracting device.
Well, that's not what.
That's not even what a fad. I think a fad is like a physical structure you put in the water
Yeah.
to attract fish.
yeah, like a buoy.
I
I mean,
don't
a buoy is
fucking
technically
know.
a fad.
Are you
Okay.
talking with like a flat, like a
No, it's
spinner
got a
bait?
goddamn spinner. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not.
Like a
I
red,
It's not a fad.
like a redfish magic.
Fads are like what they put out in like Costa Rica, like
Well,
offshore.
just for context, you were telling me about this shit literally 5 minutes before we started doing this.
Yeah, but I never actually explained what it is.
Yeah, because we were trying to make a different acronym.
Yeah,
Well, sure.
I mean, it makes sense. But anyway, we were throwing one of the. It was like a spinner bait with the soft plastic, right?
Yeah, like those redfish magics.
Yeah, and we were throwing it in front of their nose, and dude, they were hammering it. Yeah.
They got small mouths too. I'm surprised
They
they're-
do.
Yeah.
But they're very aggressive. And so, anyway, yeah, we caught like 3 of them, and they were big.
Damn.
Because whenever we were running in, we got stopped by the game warden, and they asked us what kind of fish we had, and we told them, yeah, we got some triple tail.
And he's like, I need to see them.
Yep. He goes, y'all are full of shit. And we was like, no, I'm serious.
What is
And
big? Like, what is big for a triple tail?
Dude,
They got a minimum size of 18, I think, or 17, something
Dude,
like
it
that.
was way bigger than that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember the actual length, but I remember whenever the
What about the girth?
rather girthy, big fillets on that bad boy. But I distinctively remember the game warden going, dude, these are huge. Like I haven't seen these caught out here before. And so he asked where we caught them, and obviously we let him know where we caught them. But yeah, I mean when we were reeling them up, we were freaking out. A bunch of schoolgirls like yelling about a triple tail.
Hell yeah, dude.
But anybody knows anything about triple tail, it's great eating. So anyway, yeah, we caught them in East Bay. Don't ask me the time of year; I don't remember.
I mean, it was probably summertime,
Yeah.
late summer, usually.
Yeah,
So
it was
where
great.
would you normally find a triple tail?
I mean, I've seen them offshore under weed pads and stuff like that, weed lines and little patches of seaweed. They'll float next, because they're real weird fish. They float on their sides a lot. That's just them hanging out. That's just what they do. They look like garbage a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But they'll hang out near buoys and stuff like that, or they'll hang out by like a bucket that fell off a boat, and they'll be in the bucket. I've seen them in the bucket before.
Yeah.
Pizza boxes, balloons, any like floating object are usually gravitating towards that because that just provides shelter,
Safety,
quote unquote.
yeah.
Yeah, safety. But they're typically pretty aggressive fish, more often than not, and they love shrimp.
But
more
they're
than
also
anything.
kind of skittish, aren't they?
The thing is, you'll run up on one
like
and he'll
sneak
go
up on
down and he'll come right back up if you just give him a few, because a lot of the time they're just literally just hanging out. I don't know what they're thinking, but they're just chilling. Then you can run up on them like that, and then you can kind of wait for them to come back, and then sometimes they'll just float up to the boat too. I've heard people tell me that.
Doesn't Ling do that too?
Yeah, Ling will come up to the boat like that too. They're super
Curious.
Yeah, they're almost kind of dumb for their own good though. Like,
Yeah.
because we had one, we were offshore, and David, I remember telling David, like, I want to catch a ling, and I got a crab specifically for it, because I heard, they call it crab eaters, and they love crab, and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. This 40-pound fish literally swims up right next to the boat, and I drop my crab in front of him, and he swims around it and grabs David's sardine, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He would eat one and then put another one on the hook. Or,
And it was brutal, but yeah, I mean, the ling are very curious too, and they kind of inhabit the same areas too. I've seen
Yeah.
some really big ling. I mean, the water has to be right, and it's summertime usually. Just on that first channel marker outside of Seawolf Park,
Yeah.
I've seen a couple big ones there. You don't see them very often, but David and I have run the buoys between the jetties and seen them too.
But that hasn't worked in a couple years, it
I
seems
think a
like.
lot more people are onto it.
I think so too.
we
Maybe.
tried it in your boat that day.
We did,
Yeah.
but they had also, whenever we were running your boat, they had recently cleaned the buoys.
Yeah.
That
I think
actually makes a big difference. Yeah, because there's no bait to hang on to that.
And the barnacles.
And the
or-
barnacles and stuff, and the bait attracts the bait and attracts the fish. But I mean, I haven't really seen or caught ling in the last couple of years.
Dude, it's kind of ebbs and flows, it seems like.
I mean, it just depends on their migration too, because they're coming from a different side of the Gulf a lot of the time, and I think depending on bait availability, how much weed actually makes it to our side. Sometimes they.
Yeah, the weed lines this year has been shit.
This year's been, but last year it was heavy.
Last year the weed was pretty good.
But the year before was also shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's hit or miss on that. It's all current driven. I
Yeah.
mean, that's all that
I
matters.
figured we'd see more this year, though, because we had a strong current come in with the clean water coming in and all that stuff.
So speaking of ling, did y'all see that 93-pounder
Dude.
that won the star tournament? Holy cow!
Monster.
That was insane.
I showed Emily that, and she was like, "What is that?" And I said,
Yeah.
That's a fish.
It's an alligator.
Yeah. And she goes, "That? How did he get that in the boat?" And I said, there was a lot of cursing going on getting that thing in the boat.
Like, so some of the ones that you've caught are like what, maybe 40 pounds?
The biggest one I've ever put on the boat was 55. That was Abari caught that one.
And that
big.
took fucking forever.
Yeah, that Abari fought that for
if you
40
put them
minutes.
in too green, dude, they'll fuck your shit up.
Yeah.
Remember we put
Breaking
that one
rods.
boat and we all
Tuna, put them in there. They
we
just go
all
nuts.
we all jumped onto the center console because that ling was just
He was freaking
flailing
out.
around
Yeah.
in the back of that boat, and we were like, "Oh shit, he's gonna rip the."
He's gonna break ankles.
That,
Yeah.
dude, they're mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're strong. They're so deceptively strong. You put a gaff in that fish, and he'll just twist
Yeah.
like an
You
alligator
gotta be
rolls like
strong
that.
with
But this is kind of off the cuff, right? So, do you carry anything on your boat as far as like first aid?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
like, God forbid,
Dude, yeah.
a gaff goes through somebody's leg,
That's happened too.
or like I mean, you break an ankle.
So
or
actually, I
whatever.
think when the gaff went through your leg,
That was the same
I
trip.
didn't do anything.
did you
bad.
did you have a first aid kit at the time?
I think we had a basic one.
I put like
did you
water
even-
on it and
Yeah, because you
put a Band-Aid.
you were like, I'm feeling woozy. We were like, we're not going back because of you.
I was like, I'm just gonna lay down on top of that.
Yeah, Daniel took a gaff straight to the knee.
It was
Ugh.
through
Shin?
in my shin.
In your
the
shin.
shin?
It
Yeah,
went
like in
like
your
2
shin.
inches.
bone.
Dude,
into my
in the
shin.
blood, it was just coming out.
Yeah.
Like,
So it actually stuck in. It didn't just hit
Oh,
you.
yeah, no, it didn't
It
graze
went,
him. It went
like,
in.
into the muscle about 2 inches. I think this is the scar here.
Golly.
It went into the muscle.
Yeah, we're like,
he was probably close to death, and we just didn't realize it.
David was
mean,
busy catching a
suck it
fish.
up.
Yeah.
Dude, we were
Yeah.
catching fish and stuff.
I was
yeah.
like 15. I was,
Yeah, you
I
were
was
young.
fine.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
young.
I recovered easily.
Have to carry a tourniquet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we had a tourniquet. We probably barely had gauze.
What was a tourniquet?
Oh yeah, at the time, yeah, we were like, what?
Some quick clock gauze.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yeah. Oh, dude, quick clock might have been a good idea.
Oh,
In
yeah.
a pinch, but then, dude,
You
Get
still
it cleaned
gotta-
out and all
once
that.
it's in there, it's good luck. Like,
Well, it's just whenever I was bleeding everywhere, I cut myself with that stupid fucking Dexter knife.
oh my god, I hate that fucking
Dude,
thing.
so-
I had to
Me
clean
too.
fish not that long ago, dude, and the backside's serrated.
Yeah,
Yep.
it cut me too.
And it was kind of
No.
dark out. Oh my god, I was like, this
Dude,
fucking knife
if
is about to
y'all
go swimming.
are looking for a knife, I will say, do not get a bubble blade. They're shit. Get a Dexter knife, but do not get that Dexter knife with a serrated edge on the backside of the
I can't
blade.
think of any benefit from that fucking serration.
I thought it
other
was
than
going to be
cutting
great because you could use the backside to cut through
redfish.
the
Just get a
thicker
separate
scaled.
knife.
Yeah, that's what I did. I bought another serrated edge knife. But yeah,
Wait, since you drowned that one?
No,
Yeah.
just like a dedicated serrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you
yeah,
need.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
Dude, that
because
thing,
I had
hated
bought
that
2 of
fucking
those
thing.
Dexters, and one fell in the water,
Yeah.
and the other one I still
Some
have.
bitch had wings that
Yeah.
flew so fucking far.
I was so pissed, but I have so much DNA at that boat ramp over in Freeport.
God.
Yeah,
What are you
Murder
doing?
scene of it.
What are you doing? What are you doing at the boat ramp?
Good lord.
What kind of DNA?
oh yeah. I mean, yeah. This is
What did
gonna
she look
scar
like?
up. Yeah, yeah. Oh man,
A lot lizards.
it was just Asians there all that day. Yeah, there's no way.
I heard Daniel's got a pretty good Asian
I
impression.
hear they rub you wrong time.
What else we got? We talked a little bit about boat building.
So yeah. Hopefully, I get to build my boat.
So yeah, you're with the what was the brand?
Salt Boat Works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got the plans for it. The issue right now with the place that I'm keeping my boat at right now, it's not climate controlled, obviously. So
Well, I'm not paying for that either.
yeah,
too
and
much.
so I'm trying to convince the wife to put
Mini split.
a mini split in
Hell
the
yeah,
garage because with epoxy and that for it to set up or set it up
Yeah,
too
you need a
quick or it takes
specific
too long.
temperature.
Yeah, you want a specific temperature, maybe humidity level, at least something to be able to be like, look, we don't have a
Consistent.
softball tournament this weekend. I'm going to come home and I'm going to work on the boat in the
Yep,
garage.
yep.
And I'm not worried about the epoxy getting ruined. So, something that we talked about, you get the plans, you get, Moranti or Kuma, kind of like Daniel was talking about as far as marine grade plywood. And then the plywood is encased in fiberglass and epoxy.
Yeah.
So, people have been doing that for
I mean,
a
honestly,
long time.
when we looked at those videos, it didn't look terribly hard.
It's not complicated.
I think the main issue is going to be the finishing work.
The finishing work,
Because that's going to be the problem for me. If I was to build that boat that you want to build, the finishing work. I'm going to get impatient or super frustrated and just half-ass the whole thing.
90% of it is sanding.
Correct. It is sanding upon sanding upon sanding, and then having the correct PPE so you're not breathing all that shit in.
Yeah.
And then, having a deck material that is durable and it's going to last,
Yeah.
kind of like, was it Safe Deck or Safe Floor?
Yeah, what is it? Is it Safe Floor?
Is that the pourable one?
No, the one that you can, they do it right here in Bay Cliff.
Yeah, I thought it was
Oh.
Safe Floor.
Gary
It's
put
Safe
it on
Floor.
his boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's safe floor.
It's super durable.
Yeah,
And you
Safe
don't have to worry about anything being hot on your feet or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's got grip to it, so you don't fly off the front of the boat like Daniel does.
Does it clean up well?
Yeah, you can
yeah, I
power
think
wash
so,
it and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So that's my plan is when that floor of my boat the anti-skid kind of wears off,
Gives away, yeah.
I'm gonna
But
put
the
that
thing for me with building a boat is really putting thought into how I plan to orient everything, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's like,
where
how do
do
you
I
wanna
want the
fish?
fish well? Yeah. How do I run the piping to be able to drain efficiently and effectively? If water does get into the boat, how do I get the water out of the boat?
Important.
Because that's a real big problem.
I mean, most likely it'll just be a bilge.
Right. Yeah. It'll
there's
it'll
no way
all
you
go
can
to
do
the bilge and it'll bilge out.
Yeah.
But the thing that we talked about was that synthetic material for the transom and maybe even the
What is that? What is it called?
Kusa?
Is that
Kusa.
Kusa?
Yeah, the
Kusa.
Kusa board.
yeah, using Kusa board, doubling it up.
For the transom, yeah.
That way you can drill into the back and you're not worried about rotting. So those are all things that we're kind of taking into consideration, as well as the motor, the
Well, you're just gonna put a 115 on there, right?
How big is this boat going to be?
18 feet. But
It's like
it's
an
kind of like a
18-foot
skiff design.
It's like you can kind of polling skiff it, but you can also kind of run across the bay.
Yeah, like something that can handle a little bit of chop.
Yeah.
Something that runs.
Like he can literally
well.
fish where we normally fish,
Right.
Oh,
and yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if I do it, but I have the plans. So it's like everything, right? It takes time and money.
Yeah, because he keeps looking at these used boats, and he's like, maybe I'll just do that.
Because
Just fix that up.
right. It's like so much cheaper.
Because
and-
what was that boat you were looking at? Shit. It's a Florida boat.
It wasn't the.
It's a skiff. It's like a Florida skiff.
It wasn't
Red-
Hain. It
red?
was like
Harrison?
No.
it started with an H.
Henriksen?
No. Fuck, what is it? Your buddy had one.
He did.
Yeah, the one before he got that cat, the saber cat or whatever.
Oh, is it Hughes?
Hughes Redfisher.
Yeah.
That's what it is, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's classic. That's like a classic.
Yeah.
Well, I did love how they were set up with all of the storage that it had, but still had a lot of casting area.
Yep.
And so, kind of
And
trying to
fast.
Yeah, and trying to combat against that, where it's like, cool, if I put a center console in, you see a lot of guys nowadays doing side consoles.
Yeah.
That's very like bare minimum, but it gives you a lot of casting area, a
Right.
lot of freedom of movement. And one of the boats that we were looking at recently, I can't remember what the name was, but they actually had the steering and all the controls in the front.
Oh, yeah. It's like the Florida lobster boats.
It was cool,
Yeah.
super cool.
That is very Florida lobster
that
boat.
you
like.
you sent it to me.
Are you sure it was in the front or sure it wasn't in the back?
Maybe it was in the back.
The
No.
young
the
boats?
young-
Yes,
the
that's
gold-
what
So
it
this
was.
in the back. So they have it
yeah.
set up to where the guide sits in the very back.
Yeah.
And then the client sit up front,
ton
and
of
then there's
space
a
up
ton
front.
of space in the front, and you can put a bimini up.
Have you seen these boats?
No.
Well, it's
Dude,
because he doesn't have, this
they're cool.
fucker doesn't have Instagram, so I can't send him shit.
He's old.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
same
have
age
to
as us.
text it to him like a fucking slum.
And he's like, I can't open it. I don't have that app.
What's texting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Is that T9?
Yeah.
Hey, T9 was legit.
Is that a sidekick?
Sidekick.
It whips out.
That's right.
Did we ever figure out what your charter company is going to be called?
Fuck no. Sleepy guide service? Probably something like that, honestly.
Ching Chong Charters?
Ching Chong Charter? No.
What are you going to call your rod building business?
Dude,
Chopsticks?
honestly, that'll probably end up being chopsticks.
I think it's great.
Yeah, it makes sense, and I can make the X for chopsticks,
Yeah.
rods.
Well, Chopsticks Charters.
In keeping of the name.
I also okay, that's another thing. Like the boat name right now is Walk and Roll. It's like very food related, and then chopsticks is very food related. I honestly eventually want to be a guide. I don't want to be a
Food
fish cleaning guide. I want to go out and catch and release. I like to catch and release. I don't like to keep fish very often. If you want to catch a few fish, not a big deal. But I don't want to go out and get limits and put it
meat
on the
haul.
cleaning table. Yeah, I don't like meat hauls. I feel like if you're a guide, like, man, you're fishing every day and getting these limits every day. Like, there's no way eventually this, can't be sustainable. I mean, there's a reason why these limits keep going down and down and down.
And you see that a lot with the fly fishing community. You see a lot of people,
Yeah.
they'll smash the barb down, right, and they'll catch fish and then they'll release them. And it's kind of in keeping in the sport and trying to keep the fish population, at a rate that's good for everybody. Personally, I think Sleepy Guide Service is great. Like,
Yeah, I think
because
it makes sense.
it makes sense, and you don't have to explain it. It's like,
No.
everybody's sleepy when they're coming out
Yeah.
to go fishing, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of a, what do they call it, double entendre? I don't know.
That's right.
But your
Yeah,
your call sign Sleepy, and you got a Sleepy Guide Service.
The one
so.
person who has an actual legit degree from
mean
a legit
legit?
university.
Oh,
Talking about me or Excelsior?
U of H right here.
Go Cougs. Whose house?
Coog's house.
That boy.
Gross.
What else?
Texas
Do we want to
State
talk
is
about? We want to talk
legit.
about the Ray-Ban Meta sunglasses.
I mean, we could briefly go over
We
that
just
real
don't know a
quick.
whole lot about it.
Dude, it looks cool because Ashley's always been like, and a lot of you guys have always been like, man, you should do a YouTube channel. I'm like, I hate setting up cameras.
The
And
editing is the worst part.
editing sucks, setting up the cameras, having multiple batteries, and then being that guy on the water
Talking to the camera.
talking to the camera,
Yeah, it's
or just like
takes
having
away.
4 or 5 cameras setting up, and I look at those people on the water, I'm like shit, maybe I should do that.
But then they have a big following.
Then they
dude.
have a big following.
And I'm not going to name any
Yeah.
local YouTubers, but there's some good ones out there.
Yeah, there's some
right?
good ones out there, and and I get it, it makes sense, but I just don't like to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
Daniel said he likes to video and take pictures.
I would like to get more into it if
Yeah.
I had a reason to.
Yeah.
Hint, hint, David.
So yeah, maybe I'll bring you on some of these guided trips.
I'm gonna build my boat out to be a camera boat.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah, you
Eventually
could.
do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because what I'd like to do is enter
giant
I was at the film festival. They have like a fly fishing film festival. Obviously, we don't fly fish, but
I mean,
I
we
mean, I
do.
kind of
Good.
We're
Why
not good at it.
Yeah.
Well, we fly fish in rivers and streams
Yeah.
and all that. But
I
not
want to.
necessarily
I want to
from
get
the
more
boat.
into redfish fly fishing. I will say
Yeah,
that.
that looks.
And that's what I told Ashley. I was like, man, I really wish I'd become a fly fishing guide, but I really don't want to push pole around all day.
And you got to get a new boat.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
I was
so
gonna say, you can't
I
do
told-
that. Boat's too heavy
And
for
Ashley's
a
like,
job.
"Oh, so you're gonna get a new boat?" I'm like, "Yeah, I get a new boat." And she's like, "What do you do with that one?" I'm like, "Well, I might have that one too."
2 boats. It runs
Yeah.
in the family.
Yeah, 2 boats. And she didn't even say anything. She just looked at me and walked away. But yeah, eventually, I
There's
think
nothing wrong with 2 boats.
Especially if neither one of them work.
They both run.
In the water?
You may or may not fall through it. Oh yeah, you remember when you rigged up that motor and you rigged it up backwards? Oh, and y'all put it in
we're
the water.
fishing.
We
We're
were at
fishing
the
the Causeway
Causeway.
Lights.
Oh yeah, the
Left was
steering.
right, right was
Steering
left.
cables were wired.
Yeah, that was
That was like the first time we actually took
one
it
of the
out.
first times we took it out.
And he's like, what's wrong with this
Oh,
thing?
shit.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, because I backed you down, and then you were like, "What is going on?" And I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with
like,
him?"
I'm not
We're just
this
watching
bad
him
at
spin in reverse
driving a
circles. He's like, this is my nightmare come true.
Luckily, there's no one there to watch
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
Yeah, it was late night.
that was yeah.
We caught fish, though.
We did.
we
We
used to
used
kill
to
it.
hammer fish at the Causeway.
Yeah, until they took all the lights out.
They just not they
Or they
all
didn't
just
replace
went
They
it.
out.
just all went out and
Yeah, there's like
But it
one
hasn't
that
been the
works.
same.
yeah.
It has not been the same. And
was
I
great.
swear to God, if I get caught by that fucking train bridge one more time, dude, I swear to God, every time we want to go to Campbell's or Virginia Point or whatever, that
comes down.
fucking train bridge comes down and we get stuck, which I will say shout out to whoever the hell was in the Boston Whaler with the Starlink and all that shit.
Oh, and he had twin 115s.
Dude, that dude was watching
the Texas
college
game.
football.
Yeah, it was the Texas game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on Saturday, and we're waiting on this stupid ass train to go by. And I'm like, this son of a bitch is
Got
watching
Starlink.
football.
Yeah, dude, that boat was nice. It was kind of overrigged, but kind of. Yeah, a lot overrigged. But he's definitely I got some money I'm gonna put into this boat. Because I don't even know if that boat comes with twins. He just put twins on.
I don't think
I
so,
don't
because
think
it
so
wasn't
either.
very big. I mean, it was probably, 18, 19?
Oh, what?
Whatever.
Really? No,
That
that thing
small?
was
It
like
looked
a
bigger than that.
23-footer. I think.
Was it?
think
It
so.
didn't look very big.
I mean, the width of it makes me think it was at least 23 foot.
I mean,
I appreciate you saying that.
to fit 2 engines with that much space, you got to be pretty beamy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which I have seen quite a few Boston Whalers coming through there recently.
I can do twins.
Yeah,
mine.
for sure.
What?
But Starlink
Twins
has-
on your boat?
Dude, Starlink's completely
70s.
changed the game. Whether it's a deer lease or it's
Starlink
on a
is
boat,
awesome.
it is awesome.
I'll say this: one of my friends, Cameron, he was going offshore, and he's literally messaging me
Texting
he,
you, yeah.
because he has the Starlink on there, and he's like, "Hey man, we're gonna go check out this area. You got any numbers for it?" And so I sent him some screenshots of some numbers that I had for it, and sure enough, they caught fish on them. I was like, "Cool, that's really cool." And then he's like, "Oh, then I can check in with work." It's like, okay,
Yeah, and,
Cool.
and I think that brings up a good point, right? So like, you're so connected, you're disconnected.
Yeah.
And I feel like you do see a lot of fishermen that have every gadget and gizmo known to man to think that that's going to help them catch fish. And in some instances it does, you know, when you look at
Yeah,
bass
maybe a little
fishermen
bit.
and stuff like that. where
Forward
they're-
facing, yeah.
If forward facing, they're doing side scan, they're doing stuff like that. But to me, you're just casting to a blip on the screen. And to me, that kind of takes away from what we were originally going out
Yeah, it's
there
like
to
a
fish
video
for.
game at that point.
Right.
Right.
It just kind of takes away from it. So, I mean, I love technology and it's great, especially when you go offshore and you be able to have that connectivity if something does go wrong, or, you know, navigation or texting or whatever it is. But in the same instance, I don't necessarily want to be on the water watching a football game. And,
agreed.
you
I'm
know,
out there to disconnect.
Yeah.
I'm out there to enjoy outside.
Yeah, and,
Be out
and
there, maybe
shout
turn
out
some music on.
R.I.P. Flip Pallet that died
Oh,
recently.
for real.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah,
he
talking about
had,
fly fishermen.
yeah, and he was
Legend.
phenomenal. But he said, you know, in one of his videos, he was like, you know, we push away from the pylon or the piling, and the guys leave everything on shore, right?
Yeah,
and they
that's the
go
whole
out,
point,
and
yeah.
it's like the happiest days of their year. So, you know, again, if you're that connected, it kind of makes it hard to disconnect and really appreciate and being immersed in the environment and the situation that you're in at the time. And it's almost primal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I always joke with my wife. I always tell her this is the manliest thing I do.
And you come home, she's like, "Here's the baby."
Not
Thanks.
yet.
You know, I'd like to do more things kind of on the water. I would love to do video at some point.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like it'd be fun. I don't know if people want to watch us, though.
We'll let them
They
decide.
may not want to listen to us.
Yeah, they might not. Who cares?
Exactly.
I know. This might last like a week.
I think honestly, the whole like goal, right, was for us to just have like fun talking about stuff that we love
Yeah.
doing. And I think people, if they like it, they like it, and if they don't, they don't. And for whoever finds it some piece of information that they like about it, great.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's for, right? Is like making sure that people have the opportunity to learn something new that they haven't heard before, or just, you know, listen to a bunch of guys that like fishing, hanging out
Yeah.
and talking and just BSing with each other.
Yeah. I think by the time I release this, which hopefully sometime this weekend,
It will be heavily edited.
well, that, and I will make a Facebook and Instagram and put it in the show notes for the podcast.
Yeah.
So if you're listening and you do want to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, you will be able to. Holy shit, are you shitting your pants? Jesus, dude.
I think we had a breach.
All right.
Sounds like cream cheese.
Oh, yeah, we had jalapeno poppers before this. It was probably a terrible idea. But I think that's it for now. The next couple podcasts we do, Cave will probably be calling in.
Yeah.
Actually, it'll be a few podcasts.
Yeah.
Or he won't be here. I don't know. We'll see. It depends on his availability. But we'll continue fishing and continue informing you guys on how much we suck at fishing
Or how great we are at fishing.
or how great we are.
Either way, we'll let you know the good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about going out tomorrow, but
Oh, I was going to go fishing tomorrow.
Yeah.
meant to ask you that.
I will not.
I thought about going out tomorrow.
We can go look for triple tail tomorrow. It's supposed to lay down in the afternoon. If you want to go, we can make a
Give
run.
us something to talk about.
No, I thought about it. I don't know. We'll talk about it after
We'll
this.
talk about it after this.
So we might have some information for y'all tomorrow or next week. So we'll see. But yeah, what does even the weather look like?
The wind's blowing hard right now, but it should lay down by mid-morning.
Yeah, but is that going to dirty up the water?
It's coming out of the north.
I think there's a cool front coming through Saturday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Saturday. No,
Wow.
that's the only reason I
It's
consider
coming out
it.
of the north. It
Little
says
change
it's-
of pressure.
Oh, is it not?
No.
Oh, it might have changed. You know those weathermen.
Right now it's southeast.
None of them have a
9 to
window.
11. Yeah, no. We'll see. Man, tomorrow. God dang, it's going to be blowing. Well, I mean, 15 out of the north, south. Oh, it's going to die down around 10.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Oh, but that's also the problem. The fucking tide is not moving at all during the day.
Found incoming? Oh, well, that
So
sucks.
here's the Tech City Turn Basin. Saturday. It's fucking flat.
Oh, that's not moving at all.
Yeah. It's not moving.
Let's go look for some triple tail.
Slacking off pretty bad.
That's also another thing. Do you think you catch triple tail on a non-moving tide?
I think you catch triple tail where you find them.
I mean, that could be a play. Like, you fish for a little bit, and then when the tide slacks off, go look for triple tail. Do you think that's a thing? I don't know.
I can guarantee you're not going to catch fish from your bed.
I know, but I'll be
Comfortable.
yeah. I've woken up early every day this week.
Oh, I wasn't planning on waking up early.
Oh, you want to do a late run?
Yeah, we'll do an afternoon run.
Oh, dude, I might be down for that then.
Yeah. I don't see the point of waking up early when the wind's blowing that hard in the morning.
Well, at 3, it starts outgoing.
In the afternoon?
Yeah. Well, yeah, 3 in the afternoon.
What's the moon phase?
Who cares?
Sleepy does.
Dude, I've
don't.
been going back and forth on this moon phase thing.
Everybody talks about it.
Dude,
Do we have any definitive proof?
There's a lot of people that swear by the moon phase over the tidal movement.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all
relative.
in play with each other, though. Like,
Yeah.
Yes and no, though, because
to some extent.
yeah, because inside the bay, the tide movement is way off of the moon phase.
It's far delayed too.
Yeah.
So anything that you're seeing or reading,
is way.
it's far delayed, and we've seen that in different points
Yeah, like in
in West
Marsh.
Bay.
Yeah.
You're in the marsh, and it dumps differently than
It's like, oh, it's been supposed to be outgoing for 4 hours and it's still incoming.
right.
Yeah.
And again, that's the only way that you figure that out is by being on the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've said that while on the water. We're like, well, this is still coming in. Why?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes certain parts of the bay have, it has to catch up. Like you said, it's
Yeah.
delayed
Yeah.
in some spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, tomorrow's a high activity day, whatever the fuck that means.
I don't really. Look, the thing
Some
is,
sort
if
of
you don't
slut
go
magic.
fishing, you won't catch fish, right? And I think
Correct.
we've learned that as over the years.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't kind of really. If you're waiting for the perfect day, you're never going to go.
Yeah.
If you just go and you can make the days to go and figure it out from there, that's where reading the water kind of
Yeah.
helps, or getting lucky helps.
But it's just another data point to be able to put in.
right.
Figure it out.
And you just have to collect enough to go and have some confidence in something.
Yeah.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll
But,
catch you on the next one.
I don't know. I think it was fun getting together, fucking off.
Absolutely. We've been doing this for years
Yeah.
together.
Eventually, yeah, we'll do this in the garage. I'll have AC in the garage. We can fuck off in there. I don't know. Yeah.
Eventually, we'll do it on Penn Island.
Yes.
Actually, that would be cool to do a sand island.
Yeah.
Under that palapa.
It would be cool.
That'd be cool.
So you have good outro music, or
No. I got,
It's me so loud.
it didn't.
Oh, I broke it. Is that to reprogram it?
Oh, because I turned the volume down. I wonder if that means, I wonder how that's going to work with the editing. I haven't even tried to edit with the music.
Oh,
attached.
jeez.
I have to do this again.
Remember everything you said.
All right, boys, round 2. No,
Yeah, do it again.
but, all right, I think that's it.
the Galveston Fishing Podcast out.
Thanks for listening to the Galveston Fishing Podcast. We'll have Facebook and Instagram. We'll start posting photos on there, and we'll see. We'll see how far this goes, and who knows? Maybe we'll make it big. Maybe we'll be influencers.
Oh my.
Social media influencers.
I'm already an influencer. So.
Dude, I feel like I need to wear a bikini or something, maybe.
Oh yikes!
Please don't.
Oh, yeah. I think that might be the opening picture. Yeah.
So yeah, give us a 5-star rating and a like and subscribe.
All right. I don't know where I'm going to end this. I'll end it here, or I'll end it 5 minutes
30
ago.
minutes.
Exactly. You just cut it out. Whatever.
Fading out. But, all right. Fuck it. We'll see you guys.
All right.
Later.
Later.
But later.